Today I'll be showing you how to do your snow bases. Adding snow to a base is another way of adding great detail. I quickly made these tree dioramas using air hardening clay, and all I've done is stuck the tree into the clay. I've painted the base white and done a little bit of grey and a dry brush to the rock. So just to finish this off, we can add the snow effect on top of the white, and it's exactly the same if you're doing it for all your bases, for your miniatures too. All you need to make your snow bases is some artificial snow. I found the Army Painter range of snow is very good. This tub cost me £3 and works very well. You can also use the Games Workshop snow. Their snow is a lot finer, which is great for making ice dioramas, but I like to use this snow as it's more grainier, and it gives a good fluffy effect to the snow. I find it makes it look more real, so I'm very impressed with this one. So that's what we'll be using today. You'll also need some little tubs to mix your snow in. I have been on a diet for forever now, which is driving me mental, but I get to eat one of these delicious double chopped yogurt low fat diet things every day, and it comes in this tiny weeny tub, not enough to fill a rat, but the tub comes in handy to mix paints in, put your glue in, so being on a diet has its advantages in some ways. Anyway, and last but not least, one cheap nasty brush and a tool to apply your snow. This one is a texture brush from Games Workshop. You don't need to pay what I did for this. This is about £5–6. You can use toothpicks, you can use lollipop sticks, you can go to the craft store and buy yourself a whole pack for the same price. So that's that. And last but not least, again, you need some glue. I'm using PVA glue, wood glue, so I put it into a smaller container, and we'll be using that as well. So let's make some snow. Get your PVA glue, give it a squirt into the bottom of your pot, and then all you do is start adding the snow, just a little bit at a time, and get your little mixing stick and start stirring it in together. See, at the minute it's too runny. You can leave it runnier, and that'll give, when that dries on your base, that gives you a more of a wet, snowy, icy effect. But for my bases, I like the snow to be fluffy, like real snow. So what we'll do, we'll add a bit more of this. You're just trying to get a nice consistency, and so all the snow has been covered in the PVA glue as well to help stick together. Now we're nearly there. I think I'll add a tiny bit more. There we go. See, it's starting to become fluffy now. That's the only way I can describe it. Fluffy snow. I don't actually know if there's a real word for the snow, but this is what I call it, fluffy snow. And the way I tell it's ready is because it actually sounds like snow. If you can hear this, it sounds like sounds like somebody walking through the snow. Yeah. So this is ready. Can you see that? There you go. There. You've got a nice fluffy consistency, and it's still slightly wet, so it would be nice and easy to stick to your base. So we go to the next stage, and all that is sticking it to the base. It's a very simple thing to add to your bases, and it's a very easy way to make your bases look fantastic. So the next part is to take your tree or your base or your miniature and have another one of your little tubs. Add some PVA to your little tub. Take your cheap nasty paintbrush. So what you're doing is just putting some PVA glue around the base of the miniature. This will help the snow stick to the miniature. What I found with many of my first models was, even though you're mixing the snow in the PVA glue, it still needs to be stuck to the base with extra glue, because when it dries it can still come away from the miniature. Now that you've added the glue, you can start placing your snow. So you take little chunks of snow, just add it to the base of the miniature. It's very simple and lots of fun. Just clean off the edges with your finger, your thumb, as you go. As you can see, it's already, it looks fluffy already, but you can just tap it down a little, just to compact it and help it stick to the base. Here's a few examples of my recent work using the snow method I just showed you. This is the Antarctic Explorer. I was inspired from my favourite film, The Thing, or one of my favourite films. And then you've got the Yeti. And little trees. Now, it's very simple to use the snow, and it really does look good on the miniature.